Rave it, baby.
Welcome to the only podcast that celebrates the birth of the one true Christ, Elvis Presley.
The Fed, the wannabe Fed.
Yeah, the absolute Fed. But after you get to that stage, like, okay, like, let's just say you get to a certain level of in the industry, like you're an informant. You're an informant, right? Like Rick Rubin, like that guy's definitely like an op. He's a CIA. He's pushing AI right now. He's pushing AI, and
no, he's corrupt too, dude. Like, what the fuck? He's the one that's always been like, create your own creative self. He's always pushing all this like your brain. You know, he's always talking about like self-preservation and like the importance of creativity and individuality and being able to put yourself in a position where you can thrive and all that shit. And now he's like, steal all art.
yeah,
like, what the fuck, dude?
you tell me.
I was just thinking about this because with everything going on with my fam, I just haven't been able to sleep much. And I was just thinking about this the other day, like all of these like red-pilled comedians, which now because of Iran and Israel and stuff like that, now there's a kerfuffle among the red, which is also delightful to see. I love an infighting that's not us. And I love when the McCoys are fighting, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, oh man, I think I totally forgot what I was gonna say. But oh shit. Damn it. It was a point. Oh yeah, but all of these red pill comedians, they're always exalting Carlin and Hicks and all of these people that they're always the greats and the best, and they're always, but like those guys would hate these guys. Those guys, the conceptual, let's all and stop the prison industrial complex, stop all the ultra military spending so we can feed every hungry person and clothe every person who doesn't have clothes, and we can I mean, that's like one of the famous closing of Bill Hicks specials. Then we can explore space together. Like those people would hate these people. And they're the ones that are like, oh, they're the greatest. I just always want to be like Carlin. Always want to be like Hicks. They're one of the greatest of all time. But they would be fucking, they're a disgrace to those people.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like Carlin and Hicks would have hated the whole woke thing too.
Yes.
They would have, you know, it's very fact. And I think that a lot of the red pill comics are just so overly reactionary, and the money is different now. Like Sam Kinison would have been red pilled as a motherfucker. I don't have any fucking doubt about that. He would have been a red pilled motherfucker. I mean, 100%.
Because he liked money a lot, yeah. But I don't
like money. He liked money. He liked to say slurs. He liked to be offensive. He liked it in a way that was like, I mean, that was his whole fucking thing. So the minute you told him that he couldn't have said it, he's gonna immediately be reactionary and N-word or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any doubt about that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No. It was just you're probably right. I don't know. Maybe it's because they died, you know, before. But even Carlin was old as fuck, and he still wasn't. In the end, he still wasn't fucking. He still like, as much as he said he was outside of it and he had to take himself out in order to like be objective and talk about these things, he still cared. He still said that he was still the one saying that you should speak truth to power. He was still the one saying that like that these systems don't work and all of this other shit. Well, these other people are not. They're not saying that. They're licking the boot. They're doing all of those things that are like they're sucking up to the teat, so to speak.
Yeah, again, I think it's a money thing, and I also think it's a totally reactionary thing. Like, obviously, COVID cooked a lot of people's brains, and then, like, you know, you want to be fucking edgy, so, like, then all the censorship comes down, like, directly on you. Like, oh, yeah, no, you can't say that. And then the cancel culture thing, especially the thing with Shane Gillis.
But those are all bullshit, though. I mean,
It
there's no
doesn't
way
matter. It's like
you
what I'm saying.
believe
It's,
in cancel
I understand.
culture.
I understand what you're saying. I
Yes.
understand what you're saying. I'm just saying it's reactionary. It's like it doesn't have anything. It's an emotional, reactionary, nonsensical response that doesn't have any type of. You're 100% right. I'm just saying, like, I'm looking for sense in things. It's like looking for morality in things right now. It's just you're not gonna. We're way past that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think the argument over words, like, I get it, and there's argument, well, I get all of that, but at the same time, it's like, it's because it's the only power we have is to critique each other's speech. There's no, you know what I'm saying? We have no power to do anything else, to change anything else. There is a hopelessness that is the real cancer, the apathy that's the real cancer that's spreading, that everybody's just like, oh, I guess we'll just let the end of the world happen. Like, that mentality is why there's no checks. We're supposed to be checking these people, you know?
Right. We're supposed to be checking these people. You know, that brings me to like this is like uh but I think it's all the way around. Like, I think it's like we're at a point where like people are so propagandized and indoctrinated, and there's so many different like fucking smoke screens and everything else like going around. Like we're like, dude, I'll tell you this off top. You know, this is just me. Like, and listen, I'm a conspiratorial, paranoid fucking dude like this, right? But I saw the no oligarchs down with the fucking billionaires, AOC and Bernie fucking doing a great job. And I saw Alyssa Slotkin and all these like corporate Dems saying we should stop saying fucking oligarchs. We should stop, you know, we should get with the billionaires. And then all of a sudden the whole situation switches up from we don't want an oligarchy to, which we're in right now, to we don't want a monarchy. Like we no kings. Like we've totally fucking went from like no oligarchy to no monarchy, which I think it was a concerted effort. Now I'm not saying listen, no kings, absolutely. Just keep your head on a swivel.
But that was the whole thing, though, is I thought that was super sus too. I was like, why is the bitch from Walmart all of a sudden side switching? Of course, exactly. And it was just, we're getting ready for the great Walmart wars of 2027. It's Walmart versus goddamn Amazon. It's just like back in the day when it was fucking instead of countries, it's companies.
yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, even back when the first Civil War, what was it? It was the plantation owners versus the industrialists. They were all racist. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jim Crow started here. So it's like, okay, who's going to have the power? But yeah, it's super. And I like, once again, I think that it's a good smokescreen. Again, go out and fucking protest. It doesn't matter what the fucking.
But cover your face because of all the ultra surveillance.
Oh, for sure.
That's why those fucking Waymo cars were set on fire. People were like, oh, they're riding. I'm like, they're not riding. Those are fucking surveillance vehicles, dog.
Yeah.
Those are Google-sponsored fucking surveillance vehicles.
Right. Yeah. Also, those are robot cars, which are legitimately taking people's jobs. Burn them.
Yes.
Burn them. Burn them. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Burn it. All the burn the robots. I have no sympathy for fucking no.
They try, dude. That's the one thing that's like super weird is they keep trying to like make us empathize for them. Like they have those weird little robots that go around delivering food in Los Angeles, and they put these big googly eyes to make them look more cartoonish, to be like, oh, don't vandalize the little robot guy. Don't vandalize the little.
No, fuck that. Destroy it. Kill it. You gotta make America's Got Talent. They got a fucking dancing fucking pack of fucking robot dogs. I saw it on Instagram. Again, taking people's jobs, taking people opportunity. Like that's not just. Listen, I hate all of it, and I'm very excited for the falling of the empire. I'm into it. I like it. I'm so happy. And then the thing with that also with like the whole Tucker conversation is like I think and the red pill people because of Iran. I don't think that it's great that like things are getting exposed and like that was a master class on how not to get gaslit for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like he did a great job like Ted Cruz came at Tucker every which way he possibly could. And boy, that boy, god damn, boy, it was nothing but bob weave camera. But don't have any doubt that these people, they don't want a war abroad because they want the war within.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's all there is to it. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't be. I watch a lot of conservative media. Some of it I like, some of it I don't. Some of it I agree with. You know what I'm saying? Just be like that. But like, these people they want an apartheid state again. I mean, that's why it's not like they're against Israel's apartheid. It's not like they were going like this. They were saying different things at different times, but like overall, they want an apartheid state here in America, company towns, things like that. It's just not going to be race, it's going to be class, which is again why keeping your mind on the fact that we have to get rid of these billionaires and the oligarchs, and like Trump's not going to be a king. Who you think he's going to rule over BlackRock? No, regardless of what the fuck ever happens, he's going to be just the guy that's, and of course you don't want somebody out there who's just going to be the fucking a pawn to the deep state. But right now, I mean, it looks like that's what our last few presidents have been anyway. You know what I'm saying? If they've been mentally competent.
Yeah.
Which might be a plus for the deep state, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I think the AOC and the Bray thing, that's just way too late. If that was going to be there,
yeah, for sure,
that should have been 2 presidencies ago, dog.
Yeah, you goddamn right.
It is too late to be like, oh no, but we'll do the thing. Well, then you guys stop. Will then you guys be back on board with a corporatist quote unquote democracy that doesn't even exist anymore? Are you cool with that? No, bitch. No.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And
but
that's
at the same time, I feel like too many people, because they're fucking us so much money wise. And I think that's the important thing here is when you have these people who are pro capitalism, who maybe aren't in the history, when their money is being affected, now that's why the infighting is happening. That's why all of this shit is happening, is because they're like, oh, you're affecting me personally getting healthcare. You're affecting me personally being able to make money and me personally being able to afford to exist.
Sure. I mean, go ahead. No, I was just saying that there's so many reasons. There's so many. It's like, I don't know. The seams are coming undone for sure.
Yeah.
It's done. But
well, sorry to everybody listening. We came in pretty hot. Hi, welcome to Gravy Baby.
Yeah.
But that's been like a thing I've been doing is I've been enjoying watching these like young these young kids on the spectrum argue. Like, I don't know if you've seen that kid Dean, that 20-year-old kid who's just been arguing with anybody, like debating with anybody on the right who will let him. And it's been, man, like part of it, and I don't know if this is like, if it's an overstep in empathy or what, but part of it is like, I feel like I know that these people are being manipulated, and I can't help but feel bad for them. I also, I'm also angry about willful ignorance and all of those things. But at the same time, it just genuinely seems like these people cannot grasp these concepts at the same time.
Dude, these motherfuckers are falling for the Iraq war. Same, not even
part 2. Like, they didn't change any of the script. They didn't change any of the script.
Like, you gotta lower your expectations, man. These people are idiots, dude. They're idiots. And it's not, and again, you know what I'm saying? It's like we are just a highly propagandized, indoctrinated country. You know what I'm saying? The society. There are portions of it. I'm gonna say all of it, but as a group, we're not doing good. We're not doing good.
It's just so wild to me because it seems like the people who are obsessed with keeping words, our words, like specifically the R word. This is the funniest one to me. The people who are obsessed with keeping the R word are the people who get mad whenever you try to have an intellectual conversation about these concepts, about these policies. So if you want to get into the minutia of it, the policy, it's just because they feel unintelligent talking about it because they're not genuinely informed. So they just are obsessed with keeping a word that has made someone to them dumber than them.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just seems really weird. Like you can't, these people are getting so upset. Like I understand that you can't grasp the concept that of gender fluidity. Like your small brain won't be able to let you grasp it. So that's why you want to call people slurs, is because you don't get it. You don't want to get it. And or it's too scary to get. So it's like this obsession with like somebody's dumber than me. Because that's in all of a lot of these debates and arguments and shit like that. It's always like somebody going, well, you just like to spew facts and you just like to make people, you just like to seem smarter than other people. And he's like, no, I'm trying to give you the information on why the women I think that I is not, it's not about an ego thing. I mean, I'm certain some of it, because a lot of these are men having these conversations. So of course there's an ego attached to it, because that's one of the things that's attached to testosterone. So with all of that in mind, sure, I'm certain that there's some of that, but also at the same time, it's like there is a win if there is ego attached to it. There is a win to getting someone to change their heart and mind too. So it's not just making someone feel stupid. It's also being able to be like, I got through to someone.
Yeah, man. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna give you okay. Yes, there is.
But also, I love a pushback. What?
No, not a pushback. I was saying there too. Like, I'm just glad that people are starting to wake up and anyone started to wake up, right? And I was saying that. I don't know who would say that. And I started thinking about it because a lot of people that I work with at different places, like, it seems like, oh yeah, man, people are really starting to wake up to the whatever, right? But like in the back of my head, I'm like, man, this is just another motherfucker. I gotta look out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I gonna do? Trust this motherfucker?
No.
Like, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The trust is gone.
So it's like, man, what the fuck? Like, yeah. So like, I'm not. I don't. It's that twofold thing. Like, I'm glad you're on your journey and good for your journey, and I hope you have a good time. But like, I'm out. We're not hanging out. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing any real hanging out.
Well, to go back to the oligarch thing, what it seems like to me, is the corporatists are losing the battle to the oligarchs, and they're doing it. If we can't beat them, join them. Right. So they're like, well, we'll just make this fake fight.
Yeah.
And then on the back end, kind of just be like, yeah, we some of these things aren't bad. This AI thing could be really helpful, and it's all of this while they're still did you see the thing that they tried to low key pass the back? Of course, of course. So deregulate everything.
It's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, like, dude, it's what. Anyway, like that. I don't know. I think this is just one of those things where just when you're watching the empire fall and you're also watching it get super desperate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fascinating. Really, it's super scary and it's fascinating. You're like wondering which way is it going to go? Are we going to the soup line, or are we going to are we talking about nuclear fallout here? You know what I'm saying? Which it's definitely what I believe, but it would be cool. It would be cool if there were some sane people, but I don't think we have any. I think we're all those. I don't think we have any sane people in there that's going to talk any sense to. I truly believe that they feel like on a first strike, kind of thing that
dude, I'm just saying, if Steve Bannon is like. If Steve Bannon is like, Hey
Yeah.
guys, we've already done this.
Yeah.
Why are we doing it again? That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If the insane people are saying things that are logically sound, that
Yeah.
like to me, that's like a sign that we are spiraling.
Yeah, we're spiraling. Oh, that's yeah, that's a fact. You know what's so crazy? It's like as fucked up as everything is, and like as fast as everything's moving, certain things aren't getting through. But it's also easier. I will say this too: it's easier to talk to people like with this pushback against the Iran war and people thinking about war in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Point out and be like, okay, so you want to get rid of migrants, right, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen when the draft comes?
Mm.
Fucking paramilitary motherfuckers with no warrant, no due process. That's who's going to be snatching your ass up and throwing you in a goddamn hole on the front line in the goddamn desert with fucking 15 drones, goddamn fucking circling your goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Do you want that, dude? No, you cannot give the state any bet. I've been making some leeway with people with that argument because I mean that's for goddamn that's 100% the truth. You can't just have a paramilitary badge fucking warrantless fucking kidnappings by mass.
I mean, that's literally what's happening. And
That's literally what. I
did
mean,
you see, there was a dude that came there in the court with getting masked up, like being like, "I'm a bounty hunter," and they're trying to form groups of us.
Yeah,
and that's happening. And of course, because he was, because he's also red pilled. He was like, "They're paying me $1,000 a person for each detainee. Are you going to pay me 2,000?
Yeah, there's a quota.
Yeah, are you going to pay me 2,000 to not do it? You know,
right.
he's saying I'm up to be paid to do or not do. But at the same time, like, are those are the people that are going to go to the military? How those they're all being paid. They're all being paid to do that.
Yeah, they'll be paid to snatch our fucking punk asses up and fucking drag us.
But how are they going to force you to serve? That's not a good military. I'm sorry. That's not a good military. You want people willing to die.
I mean, dude, that's what Ukraine's doing. They're snatching motherfuckers. There's 1,000 fucking videos on there of them motherfuckers snatching people off the street, fucking pulling their mothers, holding on to them, fucking yelling. They're snatching them. They snatching them. It's fucked up. It's fucked. And the Ukraine's fucked now. Goddamn. Boy, goddamn. Ugh. It's terrible. It's always going to be terrible. It's fucking terrible. I try to tell them. Wouldn't answer the phone. Wouldn't answer that phone.
I try to tell them that nobody listens to me.
Hard-headed fucking, Ukrainian. But yeah, man, they snatching them. It's wild, man. That's it is. And that's another thing. It's like, if they put you into a system, into a database, right? And let's say like all your banking information and all this shit is like goddamn connected to it.
Mm.
If they want you in the fucking, if your time's come to go do whatever the fuck it is, go to the work camp. I don't know what the plan is, but like fucking go to the military. They just cut off all your funds. They just fucking cut off everything, cut off your whole lifeline, your fucking internet, and just like starve you the fuck out, dog. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You don't got
I mean, I'm gonna flee. I think if I don't have a choice.
Yeah, you're gonna go to fucking Canada or fucking Mexico. Like you're 100% right. They'll be having so many goddamn. They'll be having a migration problem. Goddamn.
I know it's already happened. They've already limited the amount of like they can't. They're not selling houses in certain areas in Canada. They're not selling houses to people in America because so many people are already trying. The white flight has begun, my friend. It has already started. And it's not just there. It's in Europe too. Like just from when I went to visit my cousins to now, the prices have already gone up 15-20%.
Man, you know how much we cry and the Europe cries about refugees and shit. Like if you go into like a full regime change, operation, whatever the fuck that means. You know what I'm saying? And you break out civil war, you have an opposing faction of individuals there to like they did in Libya, where you've already got them entrenched and they're set up to like fucking fight the authority that's there. Dude, how many refugees do you think's coming to like your whatever migration, my immigrant problem, whatever fucking problem you think you have right now, dude, just fucking wait. Just fucking wait.
Yeah, because this place is huge. We have a fuck ton of people.
92 million, village per trillion. Yeah. Whatever the number is. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's like, that's my goat is at the end of the road.
Okay.
And I'm watching her. And she wild. And
oh, you think she's gonna flee? You think she's gonna venture?
Yeah, she might. She might. But yeah, hold on real fast. Here, talk to that. Oh! What are you doing?
We're just talking about the fall of America as per usual. What about you?
I'm watching DJ get his goat.
Well, this is a delight. We didn't know if you were going to join, and then now you've joined in the same place as DJ. How beautiful. Though, for those just listening, Drew just crashed the podcast from within the podcast. The call was coming from inside the podcast the whole time.
Trying to figure out how to turn his camera around. I want to show you this goat on this roof.
There's a goat on the roof?
Yeah, but every time I hit the camera turn around, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. I've had a frustrating day. I was trying to get here before it started, and then I could get on to my show from here. I'm peeing, don't look down.
Okay.
What's up, Hell? It's Florida. I know that circumstances are not ideal.
They're still not ideal, but I'm here to be supportive and assist in any facet that I can. That's my thing. So, just trying to help.
That's my thing too. I don't know if you have this. That feels really good for about a month.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's from scratch. We need to get back to some.
I just don't know who in my family pissed off a voodoo priestess because I just keep having all these people die.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to hang out with you for a little while.
Fuck you.
I know.
Oh, you think it's gonna rub off on you?
Yeah. What do you mean? Do you want me to come in?
Come in.
Do it happen? Hey, baby. It's okay.
This
What's
is
up,
fun.
dude?
I feel like people are.
See him trying to smush
Aw.
my beard? Are you see him waiting
Yeah.
for a beard smush? You see him leaving? You see him? No. He didn't.
By the way, I don't think Carmen was on that episode. I don't think she. We found DJ's level of homophobia.
Oh yeah, beard
You
smashing?
don't want beard smashing. You were on it. Okay. Grab it for a second. Let me.
Well, no, I just inferred from what you guys were saying. That's where it is. So you'd rather kiss a dude on the mouth than have your beards pushed together? Is that what? Am I just understanding it correctly?
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody's beard in my beard.
Gotcha.
You kiss a beardless man, but a bearded man better not even approach his face.
Unless his lips go past all the fur.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
You should have. God damn it! That should have been on the Patreon. What are you guys doing? It's all nice and gold. Patreon.com/BrainPaperPod. But we were just.
Well, yeah, I had it right here. You want some water or anything?
No, man, we'll take care of that when we're done recording.
Yeah, we are in the middle of an episode. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
This This is the most y'all want to sit on the porch and bullshit episode.
Hello. Whoa,
Road Park.
There you go.
This is my chick.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about this. What are you doing there? That's a little gross.
The chicks, because you can get the chicks in your yard and stuff. You
Mhm.
save them and you can turn them into this lab, and they'll tell you if they're, what
Got
what they
Lyme disease.
are.
Oh.
Huh?
I was gonna say if they have Lyme disease or
Yeah,
I got a friend. I'm a friend of yours who got starry southern tick. I don't know, asshole rash infection or something. I made the asshole part up, but
Okay.
the rest of those words I think are accurate for the disease. And he's talking about it. It's not as bad as Lyme, but it sucks.
oof. Yeah. So are those ticks that you pulled out of your leg, or you just found them, or what?
perhaps some on me. Dre found some on her. Found one on the dog or on the goat. And we just, and they'll tell them. They'll tell you what kind of type they are, their migration pattern, where they came from. Plum Island, if they're from Plum Island.
Good like me.
Nessie's rubbing all over.
I'm going horned up. I always do. For people who've gone way back with us and remember the Patreon days and the potato gun days, this goat's been one that bugged me since at least Minnesota. Yeah, admit.
She's got a type.
Yeah, the kind who hates her. Like a cat that way. She can feel that I don't want her near me, so here she comes.
Mm-hmm.
She's so sweet.
He
Where'd you go?
was playing hard to get. Yes, he does.
What have you guys been covering?
The fact that even red pilled people are making sense at some point. We talked about Tucker and Steve Bannon a little bit. We talked about the Iraq War part. 2 Electric Boogaloo, but now it's the Iran War.
Yeah, I've been trying to do a joke about I'm gonna try it tonight. I've only tried it once about all the things coming back.
Mhm.
And it's rappers who actually have lyrics and debating because of weapons of mass destruction that don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been we can keep doing that. I'm down. I did want to tell you guys what was gravy though. I had a good one.
Oh, okay, tell us.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
road trip.
road trip games. Oh, okay. Which ones do you play?
Well, I mean, me and Andy play all different. I mean, you got to do Punch Buck, right? Like that's a nice one. But then you can do the one. You ever do? I don't know if there's a name for it, where you read the signs, you read the billboards, like especially if you're in a small town, in the accent or as the character that you think. Like if you see a blonde lady's real estate billboard, you're like, neighbor real estate. I hate my husband. Player, that one's fun. But on the way
we should call that one projection. That's a good one.
Projection. That's a great one. Dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I Spy and you do all those things. But on the way here, I was playing by myself and I realized I have a game that I play by myself that I never even realized I played. And I have loosely titled it, I'm open to suggestions, Fuck O.J. Simpson. I don't know if it's because it's the most prevalent car on the road. In the cities, it's always a white BMW, right? Like that's the worst. Black BMWs are second worst. Yeah. If you're out on the interstate or in a little town driving, like doing a road trip, mid-size white SUVs, Buick, Chevy, Fords, it doesn't matter, are just always being an asshole. They might be driving 40 in a 55. They might be cutting you off, but they're always I pretend like everyone's the same person.
Okay.
And I just fucking hate them, and I hate them the same way. So if 4 of them have cut me off, the 5th one's getting the bird. They don't know why.
Yeah.
But because fuck O.J. Simpson.
Right.
Anyway, that was a fun game I was playing.
It's like the safest way to stereotype.
Right. 100%. 100%. Like I heard someone say one time, if you could kill any group, who would it be? And the guy goes, all right, I'll go with the safe answer. People who drive white BMWs. And I was like, that is the most perfect answer. If you snapped your fingers and they were all gone, the world would improve by a solid 3%.
Yeah. just because traffic would be more manageable, so you would be less irritable when you come home. That means less problems at home. With less problems at home.
BMW drivers, most of them deserve death.
I just meant the effects of them being gone.
Yeah, you'd have children who had a hole of a dead dad instead of a hole of a shitty dad. That would improve some things. You'd have some women who didn't get beat at night. Yeah. Just kidding, mostly. But yeah, I don't know. We're all going to die. It's pretty scary. You're scared? I'm actually not. I'm scared.
I was gonna say, DJ's like, finally, you guys are on board with all this fear. I've been scared.
Dude, here's what it is now. It's like, especially if you live in a constant state of paranoia and like conspiracy, when it starts rolling, it's all the fear goes away, and you are just kind of like, yeah. There it is again. There it is. You almost rather be right than live in a world. Yeah. Told you, mother. Yeah, exactly. Listen, already we've seen a hypersonic missile moving at Mach 12, right? And we're talking about a solid fuel rocket hitting a building, and the structure is still standing. And yet, one airplane hits a building. Are you shitting me? We knew it. We're just sitting around a campfire, drinking the blood of the dead because it's the only liquid that doesn't have poison in it. DJ's like, oh, motherfucker. And like fucking 15-year-olds like, who is this guy? What is that? Oh, Gregorian? This guy's going Gregorian. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel great about things. Like, it's weird. I was talking to my brother-in-law, who's a pretty big Trumper, and definitely like an isolationist. And I was like, it's strange for me to have my hope right now in your guy and his ego and the sort of Steve Bannon camp kind of convincing him like, hey, dude, like whatever it is that convinces Trump, I think it's probably his ego. Your legacy's fucked if you go through with this, like that's a strange position to be in. It's not very comfortable to be like, what are you feeling most positive about? Steve Bannon having Trump here.
That's what I was saying. I was like, when Steve Bannon is saying stuff that makes logical sense, I'm like,
he's been saying he's a big isolationist. His whole thing, I mean, he was literally a Nazi. Like he's literally like a national socialist. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's only for the whites. And I mean, a lot of this is because he does hate Jews. And by the way, he hates Muslims too. He just knows if we get pulled into that war, it would hurt a lot of white Americans. He's against that. So I'm not happy about that. I'm kind of saying like it's surreal to be feeling that way, and I don't know, man. The normies are losing it too.
Yeah.
What are they saying? A lot of like rah, but there's a lot of like what's the guy from Iran's name? The Ayatollah. Khomeini. Yeah, Khomeini. There's a lot of the Ayatollah's evil. Like they're trying to like convince themselves that it's because of that, but you can tell they know it's not. Yeah, because like if the Ayatollah is fucking evil, then the goddamn fucking MBS is fucking evil. They have a literal slave market that they buy through Libya, right? So the fucking UAE also very evil. Let's see. What's the NBS? Mohammed bin Salman. Now he's from Saudi Arabia. Now I will say that a lot of the people I'm talking about also think anyone with a name wants that. That's not. Yeah, they're not. Like, they're like, oh my bad, I'm a hypocrite. Well, there's a lot of like bomb it all. I don't give a fuck. But even those people are like, look, can they bomb us back? I heard they can bomb us back. Dude. Also, dude, that's crazy because you bring up the Taliban, who was fucking not the IRGC or fucking not even the Iranian army, right? You're talking about the Taliban, who we fought for 20 years. But right, we went in there. We got to save the women of fucking Afghanistan. Spent 20 years, trillions of dollars to fucking trade the Taliban for the Taliban, and now they're twice as bad. Like there's no situation where we're helping anybody by doing anything.
Yeah, I was talking to my brother-in-law about that. I was like, the current leader of the Taliban, as we know it, was like shaking hands with, was it? I don't. I was talking to him about that. He was like, "Well, how do you feel about the Ayatollah?" I'm like, "Buddy, in 15 years, if he's not dead, he'll be our ally." Like this is all bullshit. It's all Netanyahu's quest for like dominance in the region / his paranoia. This goat is trying to fuck me. Like if there's one thing that makes this goat horny other than me not wanting to
Well,
fuck
it doesn't help that, but you guys sound so serious, and there's a goat in the background just peacefully walking by.
And there's one eye in the background that you can't see off camera just trying to get it in. Well, anyway, I got a show tonight, so
That's exciting.
in Athens, Georgia. I hope so. I plan to have some fun. I've been planning to tell some jokes.
Yeah.
I went to two open mics last night, Carl. Jesus Christ.
Wow, Daddy's itching. Daddy's itching.
Itching, and I was trying to knock the dust off. Let me tell you something. The kids, they're not talking about the war. That's not where there's like maybe one reference to it other than me. Everyone was still talking about trans people one way or another.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. It felt very strange. They weren't even like being offensive. It was just like,
yeah.
That was because I was in Minneapolis when they shot those lawmakers, and
Wow.
yeah, dude, I had to perform for people that night, and in a blue dot. When you kill blue people in a blue dot, it was somber in that comedy club, and those people it was one of those. It felt the same way. Like when we were doing shows and shit like that over the pandemic, like people they just needed to laugh. They didn't need you to address it. You could if you wanted to, but and I did, but they needed to fucking not think about it for a second to be able to keep fight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's the like same way, like when you're dealing with a death, like I'm doing right now, is there's plenty of time to focus on it, and there's plenty of time, but every once in a while you need a fucking break from it. And I'm not saying that to be distracted from you to not address it or to not deal with it or to I don't mean escapism, but there is some sort of like, and I don't know, is it cognitive dissonance, or there is I think you need to dissociate at some point for a little bit for your own mental capacity. I don't know. But it was weird, and they laughed really hard. They laughed like they needed to laugh. It was bizarre.
Yeah, there's a somber underpinning to American culture for the last at least 20 years of like mainstream right wing and left wing.
You know what it is?
Everybody kind of, and I mean mainstream, like libs or whatever, everyone kind of knowing like at the end of the day, but they have the guns and they're willing to use them. So.
I mean, that's why I've been yelling for people to arm themselves. Like, I get they can't be the only ones on guns.
See, that had to have been another operation where they were like, no, I'm serious. Like where they press like no guns, like they disarm you. You know what I'm saying? Like guns are bad, and they like they culturally engineer a fucking a goddamn space of like being anti-gun so that you don't harm yourself. I don't know. I think they creep in your bed at night and grab on your wiener.
I think no, I think maybe. I think stuff like that doesn't work. What works is you just wait for an opportunity, like a tragedy, and then you go, well, we can react to this in a way that will allow us to control people. I mean, like that's sort of been my take on 9/11 the whole time. It's like they didn't have to do 9/11. They just had to let it happen. You know, like, let that one do that.
Yeah.
You know, like another thing that we were talking about, well, what started the whole thing, and it's definitely my fault. What started the whole thing is I was saying that these red pilled comedians, they're always exalting Carlin and Hicks. And I was watching some Hicks the other day, and I was like, everybody sucks this guy's dick. Like, he would hate all of these people. He would hate all of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. He was a bitter guy. Yeah, for sure. That whole joke now about like Waffle House cooks and him like reading a book and that like sounds very much contrived.
Yeah.
Like
What you reading for?
Like,
yeah.
That thing it sounds so. It's classist and it's just fuck. Yeah, he hates people though.
He does.
Yeah, again, he hates people. Same thing with Carlin. Carlin's whole thing about fucking voting. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about people fucking talking about, if you don't vote, you don't have the right to bitch. And he was like, no, the only people who have a right to bitch are the people who didn't vote because we didn't want any of this fucking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, fuck. That's what I'm saying, Drew.
Man, this is a bummer.
No, it's a good time, though.
Well, at least we got road trip games, right? We got that. I always like to play the movie ones. Do you guys ever play the movie ones?
Road trip games with movies?
Yeah.
Like Game of Quote or something?
That's one of them. Or you do the alphabet. Like each one of you has to go in the order of the alphabet and name a movie. Or the other one has been you name a movie and the last letter of that movie you have to name a movie that starts with that one. So,
I like that one. It's like a lot of movies end with the letter N. So then you like, man, I've said, Knight Rider 4 times. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, I think the only thing left is Norbit. I don't know. Yeah, or Y. Y is another one because there's not a lot of Y movies.
How about when you see an RV? Of course, it's not a movie. Young Guns. That's what I was thinking. There you go. Again, when you see an RV, but anal, you say,
oh yeah, like whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Because RV type names are like what? Like Brian's is Wolf Pup. Wolf Pup Anal.
Yeah.
Or Anal
Wolf Pup. That's my favorite.
I think one of them is like Sea Runner Anal.
Oh, fun.
We have a Sierra Mountain one, so the Anal Sierra Mountain is pretty good.
Huh.
Yeah, I've never heard that game before. I didn't know that existed.
Oh yeah, it's like the Chinese fortune cookie game where you just add in bed to whatever your fortune.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You are great with your mind, but better with your body. In bed,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Flashing truck drivers, that's a good road trip game. That one's fun to play by yourself because it's kind of confusing for them.
You still go do the thing?
No, I'm not big on noises. I went through the mountains and in the tunnel, the people behind me.
I hate that. No, I don't like that. Yeah.
I had a piss bottle. I almost threw it at him the third time.
Oh shit.
There was a dude hanging out the window too, but then I thought he's probably special needs. I'm gonna just hit an autistic kid in the face with a bottle of piss. So let me not do it.
I went I thought it was a prison bus and I was like, I'm gonna flash the prison bus because these boys ain't seen tits in a minute. But then when I got up next to it, it was a church bus and it was too late.
Kind of the same though. When you say that.
Yeah. Did you see, Daniel Justin, did you see the Pentagon admitted that a lot of the alien footage was a weapons program they've been hiding?
We already knew that.
I know, but they admitted it.
Well, that's the best thing about it now is like
the first step, guys. First step is admitting it.
Well, no, now you got to go and you have to listen to all the fucking kooky ass goddamn podcasts that you can and see what their turn of it is. Oh, they admitted it because they know they got found out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
this is the fun part. This is the fun part.
We said this the other day. It's ops all the way down.
Yeah, it's always ops. Yeah.
It's ops against my ops running their ops, but that's my op that you don't know about the op.
Why would they tell you that they were lying unless they had something to hide? You know what I mean? Right, buddy.
Oh man, Bonnaroo got canceled. There's a conspiracy for you.
Why that rain?
Rain, and it did get rained down. They couldn't have done it, but the conspiracy is like the farm was in real bad shape when we got there, and they knew rain was on the way. And then the one argument is, well, yeah, but it's gonna say a lot of times storms break apart, and then that people would be super mad if you had canceled it or postponed it, and it was sunny. But the flip side is Live Nation, the company that owns it, also owns a shit ton of the venues in Nashville that do live music, and had miraculously nothing planned all weekend. So there were, I'm not exaggerating, between Chattanooga and Nashville, there were probably 14 pop-up shows.
Wow.
Exclusively in Live Nation venues. So like the conspiracy is like they got an insurance payout. They kept a quarter of our money. They're only returning a quarter. And then they got this boon. My counter to that is like Bonnaroo money is so much more than 15 pop-ups in venues that hold 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, but what people are pointing out is
But
like,
all
yeah,
you need to make
that
up is
is
25%.
well, but like what other people counter that with is like, sure, but if they canceled it early, they wouldn't have got that extra 15 shows.
Mhm.
Like canceling it was happening because the weather was fucked.
Mhm.
Waiting this long to do it, people fly in because that's the other thing too. People they'd flown in, they had flights on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
They had like come across country. They're gonna go to a show.
Yeah.
And if you sell out in 5 minutes, and then the resale market is $500, well, who owns StubHub?
Right.
Who owns Ticketmaster where you get the resales? Well, it turns out, I mean, Taylor Swift kind of already, this is like one thing I'll give her credit for sure. She already kind of like revealed they're making
What a scam they
resale
are.
on their own. It's a scam. They are the scalpers.
Yes.
They tried to cut her in on it. And she said no, but she said no like year 16 of her career. It's like, so you've been doing it for 4. But anyway, I got my tickets to Justice immediately as soon as Justice announced it on their Instagram, and I got them for cheaper. But I do buy that like they release 25% for cheap, and then the other 75% they try to figure out how high they can sell them for. You know?
Yeah, I'm dealing with that right now because I had to come here for the funeral. I had tickets to see Wu-Tang and Run the Jewels in Los Angeles, and I had to resell my tickets. And I was looking at how much and there's thousands of dollars. That's how much the resales are for. And I'm not selling them for that. I'm literally selling them for what I fucking bought them for. I'm not trying to be a scalper.
Stack it up enough to cover like your flight and not feel bad about it.
But I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm selling them for what I paid plus the fees in the big that they're going to charge for me to resell it through them. So like it's literally $20 more, I think, or $30 more than what I paid. So
You might have a hard time because everyone's going to think you're scamming.
I mean, that's what it seems like.
They're gonna be like, well, this isn't real. You're a better person than me. I bought 4 tickets to Justice, and then Andy couldn't go. Like, my nephew didn't want to go. Andy couldn't go. At the end of the day, I was like, all right, I can't figure out who the 4 are. Me and Brian are going, and I'm selling 2. I sold them for $100 a piece. When I sold them, they were going for $300 to $350 a piece. Wow. The girl I sold them to was like a Bonnaroo, canceled on person too, and she was super grateful. I went for free.
Gotcha.
And I didn't feel at all bad for it till right now. Found out Carmen's turned down out. I was like, God damn, I got $150. I'm the best guy in the world.
They're not moving though. That's what I'm saying is like, I don't know that they don't. I think they bought their own tickets and are reselling them for higher prices and people aren't paying them. So It's like, I would like for people to be able to go. I mean, because that's the other thing too, is like, Wu-Tang doesn't want people to resell them. So you can't like put them on StubHub. So you have to resell them through, like, for instance, I had to get my tickets through Access. So I have to resell them through Access. I can't and I'm not going to physically be there to be like, here, buy my tickets because I'm in fucking Florida.
Right.
So
I did Access too. And I was like, let's just meet outside of the show. look at each other and then we'll do it physically. The girls are super cool. They gave me candy. I hadn't had that in years. Like to, I forgot how to do it. You gotta do it? No. Do what I do. No, you don't block it. Except you gotta do that. You make a part, and then you put the, I don't have the bracelet.
Yeah, dude, no.
And then you look down and it says something like mommy milk or something.
Oh,
It's a bracelet.
I think we found our second homophobic level for DJ. Don't sheath my arm.
As a very sweet 23-year-old. You know what I mean?
yeah, I can't even imagine. I'm trying to put myself in public is the first hurdle I have.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to go to fucking Wu-Tang this weekend, please hit
Oh
me
my
up.
God. I got two great stories. How much time do we have? I got two great stories. I want to go get my phone for one part of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I do it? Can we close out on two quick stories?
Close out on 2 quick stories, kids.
2 quick stories. Well, that's exciting. How long are you and Drew going to hang out? Or he's got this show tonight, so he just came to party.
Yeah, he's just hanging out.
Just doing a little pop-in. He's the
Shuffling
closest pop-up, but in your life as opposed to a concert.
This is how I like concerts and stuff.
Unexpected? I feel like you would notice. You seem like a guy who enjoys notice.
I do love. Yes, I love notice.
I was gonna
Well,
say,
unless it's like him or like somebody I know, like Bobby or somebody, like they can you just come here. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And whatever I'm doing,
I was just going to show up, but I found that I was going to be late. And then also I was like, well, I don't want to just, who knows what's going on. I also thought it might be storming and you might have to like cancel. But just ask. And then that made me nervous. Like, well, there's not going to be a pod if I'm there. All right. Here's the 2 quick stories.
Okay.
I'll show you the picture in the middle, I guess. No, I'll show the picture at the end. I had on, me and Rozzy have matching banana outfits. Quick backstory behind that is Andy got him this like banana shirt and shorts to match. And then my mom found matching ones on Depop. And it's literally the same. And I was so happy. And we wear it bowling. Well, I wore that to the rave. You know, we're going to a rave. Let's rave, clothe it up. And for whatever reason, and this is every time I've worn it, this has been true. I've only worn it like 4 times. 4 times I've worn this shirt. It is the most complimented shirt I have ever had in my life. And it's always straight dudes. I've never had a woman tell me that she liked my shirt. I've never had anyone who obviously presents this. It's always a bro, often and also in an ugly shirt, being like, that's a great fucking shirt, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting there in between sets and I'm talking to Brian and I kind of look over and a lady beside me is taking a picture my direction. And I didn't care, but it was, you know, you just kind of see somebody and she's like, oh, sorry, I just had to get a picture of that shirt. Well, I'm on D-Rugs. And I'm just being super gregarious, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, people like this shirt. It happens a lot. Like people compliment it. It's usually straight dudes, but I don't mind. You take. And as I'm delivering this monologue, Carmen, I can see on her face she was not talking about my shirt. So I'm like, you're not talking about my shirt, are you? She's like, no, about that guy's shirt. And it was just a shirt with a phrase on it. It was a very obviously gay man with like a put off shirt, and it said something on the back like, you can invite me to afters, but I'm going to cause you trouble or something like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a great shirt too, blah, blah, blah. Well, at that point, her boyfriend, I don't think he was like threatened by me, but he was just like, all right, you guys have been talking a while. What are you talking about? You know?
Yeah.
Now I have to recount the story to him of I caught her taking a picture. She thought that I thought it was of me. So I was telling her not to worry about it because it's a great shirt. But at the same time, she didn't even mean my fucking shirt. So I'm just like having a word vomit. Hey, it turns out I'm a huge asshole, buddy. Yeah, and I'm just so embarrassed. At that, basically right then, a fucking bro walks by and goes, sweet fucking shirt, dude. And I've never been happy. I've never felt like, oh, I needed a public defender, and there he was. More in I was like, yeah. And she got yeah, that was cool. Basically right after that, I went to the bathroom. And I'm walking up to the urinal and I get my dick out. And as soon as I get my dick out, the guy in front of me had flushed the urinal. It starts overflowing.
Oh
He's like
no.
about to get on my shoes, and I jump backwards 2 feet, dick in hand, as I exclaim out loud, "Jesus Christ!" And then the girl to my left, I hear a guy go, "Yes, my child." And a dude in a full bore Jesus outfit is looking at me. Now, at this point, he thinks I made a joke about him, but that is not at all what happened. I did not see him. I just yelled, "Jesus Christ." I fell down onto my knees laughing and said to him, "I didn't know you were dressed as Jesus." And we took that picture together.
Send it to me so I can post it in the Discord.
It's just,
Okay.
it's just so funny that you can see Drew first, like sweating in a fucking drug fueled fucking.
Yeah.
And he's yelling at this lady, "Listen, bros, love this banana shirt. What are you doing?" And he goes, yelling at everybody, "Oh, in your face. I told you, bros, love it." And he's like, going to take a piss. And then he's just rolling around in piss with the guy dressed like Jesus. Just absolute drug.
Complete feral. Yeah. The only thing you're missing, and maybe we've never done Molly together, you're adding a lot of anger that I'm not going to say is uncalled for knowing me, but there was no like, in your face. I was generally like,
Yeah, it's childlike excitement. There's no range.
it wasn't like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I mean,
like, "Oh, we're all the greatest."
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm being seen.
I feel like what she said was, she was like, "Man, I thought that guy really thought he was the center of the universe, but he does. He literally does." Yep. Those are my stories. I'm sticking to them.
I love it. That's great. Man, I haven't been to a rave since I was like 22 or 23.
I mean, I've only been to festivals, recently. This was a Justice was the number
I mean,
one.
I love Justice though. That's
They're
such a
they were
good.
my number one Bonnaroo, and the minute they posted it, I bought 4 tickets. They haven't been here in the U.S. in many years. This tour was like 12 stops. Like there was a bunch of, I think it was Minneapolis and New York that they had left. Like I had to do it, and I had a great time. I don't know if other raves could live up to it, and I think I'll still just be a guy who goes to festivals. I don't think I'll get into raving, but if it's always like that, I fucking will. But it's not.
So wait, did you get piss all over you or no? By the way.
No, I kind of like got down on the floor on my
Also,
knees.
were you still pissing when you jumped back? And
I
did you
hadn't
keep the
started yet.
streak?
I just gotten the dick out.
Okay.
But I was dick out when I jumped back and yelled his name. I had my dick in my hand when I said Jesus Christ, which I think that's open to a rap I need to write. That was great. Pretty good.
That is pretty good. And then, because like when you said that in the order of the story, I was like, you were mid piss. So that means
No,
the stream was
pre-piss.
still going when you jumped back.
I may add that later next time I
Yeah.
tell a story, but I was definitely
Should.
pre-piss in reality.
Okay.
I was launching sequence was where we were.
You were like 7, 6. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Imagine looking over and a dude in a full bore banana outfit's talking to the dude in a full bore Jesus outfit and one of them's got their dick out, and you're just like on mushrooms. You come back, you're trying to tell your friends, they're like, "I don't know what this story is, Dave. Shut the fuck up. The music's about to start."
Dude, maybe that's what it is. Like when they always talk about people like LSD seeing purple elephants or whatever. Maybe it was just somebody in an elephant costume at a party.
Yeah. They're doing LSD around other people on LSD, and they're like, "You won't believe the shit I saw." Sure, I would, buddy.
Yeah.
I've been trying to write this joke, Car, and I've tried it a few times. I'm struggling a little with like, it's more fun for me now that I'm older to do acid or mushrooms and watch the NBA, because I'm getting a lot more out of, I can't believe this guy's real, than I am, like a guy in an elephant costume.
Yeah.
It's more like Nikola Jokic is a horse girl trapped in an MMA fighter's body. He's not just white and the best player alive. He's fat and the best. That's crazy. The best basketball player in the world right now is fat. That is wild. Anyway, let's ramp up.
USA.
He's from Serbia. Don't look into it.
All right, guys.
Okay. Patreon.com/GravyBabyPod. I love this episode. We were all over the
July,
place. Go ahead. Knoxville.
July 25th.
Knoxville, July 25th. I will be in Colorado Springs, July 11th and 12th, at Looney's, Loonees. If you guys want to see me, and then I'll be doing a couple weed shows around Colorado. So if you want to see me as well, CarmenMorales.com for all of your Carmen Morales needs. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,